I just wanted to show you the markers, the dummy fascias that I've been using, and the markers for the gable ends. These markers, if you can see them there, I've been using those to mark where the actual inline battens are. So let's go right down to the bottom here. And then I've got the string line going all the way down. I'll show you that better from up the top. And that's to mark where the actual batten lines are, because once the insulation is in, I won't be able to see where that is. So I haven't actually used them as string line runs, except when I got down the other end. It's just too hard on my own to actually keep setting that string line up, and I didn't want to be putting any holes in here in the actual batten line as I went along. Just going to go up one more. So this is just a dummy piece. It cost a fortune. I didn't have any access to any, second-hand or recycled timber. So this is brand new from Bunnings. And these are my markers, and I've just got them screwed in. And these are the inline roof batten and channel system that goes along here. Both these frames, these roofing frames, they're 6.6 long, and they were damaged in either the loading, but definitely in the unloading. They were bananaed out, so it's been a little bit of a challenge to get the tin right. I've had to compensate here and there, and it's a little bit disappointing. Steel should be dead on the money each time, and these haven't been. But what goes, you can see the other side there is already done. I'll make another video of that one there, but this is what I'll be doing this week. So there's 9 sheets to go on here. I'm fairly slow working, but it really doesn't matter. It's a process as long as you're enjoying it. It's really hot here, so I'm only getting about an hour and a half in the mornings when there's enough light for me to see before the heat gets me, and then again in the afternoon. But these are the dummy fascias, and I've just, they've this roof frame is 1550, and no, it must be 15 long, and then the sheets are, with the 50 years goes into the gutter. But this is a good way to mark where you're going to be, because the insulation that I'm going to be using will prevent me from seeing where these are, so it's not going straight onto it. I've actually got to lay the insulation, which I'll show you in a second. I've actually got to lay that as I go, and it's a lot wider than the actual sheets. So I'm also working from inside here. Don't know if that'll work out, or whether I'll have to drag this platform towers or scaffolding towers that I bought and set up yesterday, but I can't actually drag them around the building by myself. They're too big, and where I'm situated out here, it's really hard to get any help. I'm surrounded by industry that takes any labour that may be available and more. They're always wanting people to work. So, but I'm plodding along. I just got to a stage last week or the week before where I was let down by a contractor that I'd been waiting for over 4 months to come back, and I just thought, look, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and have a go. What's the worst that can happen? And so far, I'm 10 mil out on the roofing line on the other side, but I don't think that could be helped. I spoke to a friend yesterday, and they said, look, with the way that roofing frame was bananaed, you're just going to have to accept it. And I think 10 mil's acceptable, and you can't see it from down the bottom either. So I don't know if you can see there, but that's that string line. It's hooked in to that dummy fascia and marker, and it's running along, and that's where my sheets will have to run to, is that string line that you see go along there. I'll try and come down a little bit further and see if you can see it better. But that's what I'll be working off and compensating for the damage to the alignment on that frame in transport. So that's probably a better shot of it there. So the frame the actual deck that I'm standing on now and ladder, that will come around to the front here, and I'll work off that. Okay, because I can drag it around, I can move it easily enough, and it gets me up to this first first batten run, and also the second, but it doesn't get me up to the third, which I'm hoping I can work from inside and twist myself on the side there. It was easy enough to do the first the roadside, because I could work from the inside and just reach over the top of the ridge there and work, but I won't have that luxury this time. So I may have to hire someone again to help me use this work platform. I haven't done a video on it because I actually haven't used it yet, but I will need it by the end of the week, start of next week, where I actually go and put the ridge capping on, because there was no way of getting up onto that roof and fitting the ridge by straddling the ridge, because you actually would be sitting on the actual ridge capping. I'm actually going to test the ridge capping today before I fit any more than one sheet, to make sure that it all sits down nicely and those top screws aren't in the road of the lip that comes down, that there's still enough room there to screw it together. These are all the things that us DIY tiny house builders worry about. We do more thinking, I do anyway, I do more thinking than actual work and planning things out, and that's really important, because you've got to know where you're going at least a couple of steps in front of you, not only to order materials, but to make sure that what you're doing will fit with the next process that actually has to happen. All right, well, until next time, have a go.